Good evening. My name is Mandilakhe Tshwete, and I am with Beyond the Headlines with Mandi. Tonight we have our first and our very special guest, Fadil Adams from the National Colored Congress. Fadil?
Good evening, Mandy. That's actually the first time I hear your full name. Can I just call you Mandy going forward?
No, please call me Mandilakhe. That's my African name.
I'm going to stick to Mandy just
Okay, Fadil, just a few questions and then I'll set you free. But I want to know, who is Fadil Adams?
Fadil Adams. Phew, that's a tough question. You ask 10 different people, you get 10 different answers. Some people will tell you he's a lekker ou. Some people will tell you he's really funny. Can I say kak funny on your show?
No.
Oh, he's really funny. Some people will tell you that he's an astute politician. Others will tell you he's just lucky. Others will tell you he's a bullshitter. Some idiot will tell you he's still using drugs. Who's Fadiel Adams? Truthfully, he's just Fadiel Adams. He's what you see, that's what you get. He cuts his own hair. He puts his pants on one foot at a time. He loves helping people, but he prefers animals over people. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Okay. So you started with Khatfall. What was the aim of Khatfall? And there is a bit of I don't want to say concern, but was it started specifically for colored people or was it started for all Khatfall people?
Can I be honest?
Be honest.
Can I give you the answer the country doesn't want?
Be honest.
Okay, I'll give you the honest truth. Just give me a second. Gatful Cape Townian was started for colored people. It was started to be a voice for colored people. Now, I understand this is not the most popular thing to say in this country at the moment. And after the beating that Gayton is getting over that K-word thing, I don't want to get involved. I don't want you people to attack me. You people. You know what I mean?
You just said you people.
You also saw the you people. Mm-hmm. So apparently I'm a colored nationalist. I actually don't care if I am. Maybe I am. Maybe I just refuse to acknowledge it. But Gatful Cape Town was started for colored people because we needed a voice for colored people because we didn't have one. I mean, before the rise of the NCC and the Patriotic Alliance, who really spoke up in the interest of the colored community? Who spoke about the sidelining and the marginalization of the colored community? No one did. So we started something for the colored people, and you know what? Starting something for the colored people became a racial issue in a really racialized country. So I'm still trying to figure that out. 7 years later, I still don't know how that works. Apparently, you can tell colored people there's too many of them. You can also throw away colored people's CVs. You can force us out of schools. You can deny us access to anything. And when we say, hold on a second, this isn't fair. Oh no, you're racist. So there was a BLF before there was a Gatful Cape Townian. I don't remember many people objecting to it. There's a Vryheidsfront. There's a AfriForum for white people. There was a Natal Indian Congress. All of it was totally acceptable until coloreds dared to say something. Oh my dear Lord, the sky is going to come crashing down on all of Africa now. Apparently we're just supposed to be shut up and be subservient. And I'm not a good whipping boy.
But do you think maybe not necessarily a problem, but the fact that you're focusing on one race and there's nothing wrong with that. But
can you say that a second time?
No, but wait, when you're focusing on one race and then try to drive or push out another race, is that now a fair fight for your people? Is that you having a voice for your people, or you just saying what people have always wanted to say, but you the only one that has the guts to say it?
Okay, so here's the truth. No one's talking about when people were talking about our race, or when they weren't talking about our race. Jobs? No Malau, no colored. Oh God, yeah, I go. They're probably going to call me before the ethics committee now. But anyway, houses? No colors. Opportunity, bursary? No colors. Varsity? No colors. This was the theme of the day. No one's making an issue of that. Until a colored parent said, but what about the coloreds? Then it became an issue. When we demanded access, when we demanded jobs, It was never about pushing anyone away. It was about our inclusion. How could you walk 7 years ago into any colored community, any colored police station, any colored, and when I say colored, in a colored area, how could you walk into a post office in a colored area, a clinic, and not see a single colored working there? When we demanded inclusion, the narrative was spun that we were pushing black people out.
Did you not make utterances about black people going back to the Eastern Cape? Was that not what you wanted?
Context.
Was that
Context.
Okay, give us the context to that. Like, in what sense did you want black people to go back to the Eastern Cape?
Last time I checked, you were a journalist, eh?
I'm asking you.
No, listen,
now.
let me ask you. So you are committed to telling the truth.
Yes.
I never said black people must go. I said everyone, you're not here prior 94, must just pack up and go home. I never said black people. I never targeted any specific race. What I did say mirrored the frustration of the colored community. There's simply no space for us in the Western Cape. In the only home we know, we've got nowhere to go. Now that's a tragedy. When I spoke up against it, I became a pariah. I became a racist. I became, what was the word? The apartheid prototype colored. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. If close to 30 years of nothing for your community does not anger you, what kind of person are you? Let me tell you this. The infrastructure of Cape Town, of the Western Cape, it was never designed to cope with this influx. Let me ask you this. All these people grabbing land here in the Eastern Cape, here in the Western Cape, they got acres of space in the Eastern Cape. They're not doing it there. They're protesting for houses here. No problem. I've never seen a housing protest in the Eastern Cape, except for the one of Andries Atatani. These people are demanding. The demands are fair. People need housing, people need jobs, people need education. But you have a home, and you choose to come here and demand. Where must the money come from? It must be taken from someone. Who are they taking it from? They're taking it from the colored community. Now I ask, why didn't you use that same energy to fight for your rights at home? I'm not going to get an answer, am I?
I don't toy. So
Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something, Manny. The Eastern Cape, Limpopo, it's gone. It's fallen apart. The accountability, it was never there. Civil society has never taken action. Budgets are plundered with impunity. People get away with it. I'm asking, why did you allow this at home? Only to come and make demands in mine.
So you think that people come to Cape Town because they want to be in Cape Town?
No. People come to Cape Town because they're desperate. This is something I understand. I understand desperation. A man's not packing up his existence to move away from his mother, from his children, from his grandmother, from familiarity, just because he wants to. This is what I understand. My question to this man is, what is to become of us? Or are we not a consideration?
Okay. So I just want to know.
I should have been a lawyer.
I don't think so. You would have failed. You know, I actually have I've got this question, and I'm gonna ask it. I've asked you this before. Do you consider yourself racist?
No, not in the least. I'm no more of a racist than your average South African, or maybe even less than that. I love people. I love helping people. You know, if a car's stuck on the R300 at night, I'll stop before I check what race it is. Because the R300 is a dangerous person. It's a dangerous place. And it really doesn't matter what color you are. And let me tell you something else also. It's something that people don't talk about. You know how many people we fed that were not colored during COVID? When all the established political parties went AWOL with their millions. We were just a registered party. We didn't even have a single councillor. We were raising funds just to feed, that it didn't matter who. But let me explain something to you. If you live in Lentegeur, and there's a school in Lentegeur, and you got 200 students from Lentegeur that can't get into that school, but students from everywhere else are there, what does this say to you? What are you supposed to think? And more importantly, what are you supposed to do with that thought? People don't ask this question. Are we just supposed to shut up? Because I don't shut up well. And you might have noticed, I'm saying that the impact of the migration from people to the Eastern Cape to the Western Cape can't be measured. And the price is being paid by the colored community. The Democratic Alliance is not taking a cent from the white communities. They're taking it from us. The ANC is not going to do a thing to help the colored people. We're going to have to do this ourselves.
Okay. So what do you think of that Cape Exit, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, party where Cape Town should be, or rather the Western Cape should be an independent state? I mean, they seem to be sharing the same sentiments as you, that, you know what, just pack your things and go back to the Eastern Cape.
Cape Exit is a right-wing organization. I have no time for it. I don't want to talk to them. As a matter of fact, I think I should just die, man. Their idea, Cape Exit, not people. Their idea of independence is a white homeland. They want a bigger version of Orania. You know what a bigger version of Orania requires? Slaves, like you and me. I can't subscribe to that crap. I used to believe in Cape independence. And it's actually a viable idea. But I'm not going to play that game. But I do believe in a federal state. I believe that every province should make its own laws. Every province should collect its own taxes and spend it. Do you know that with half of the Eastern Cape's population in Cape Town, the Eastern Cape still receives a bigger budget, bigger slice of the pie than the Western Cape?
Did you just say the half of Eastern Cape is in Cape Town?
In the Western Cape.
But that like half of the Eastern Cape is in the Western Cape?
It's approaching 3 million people by the information I have.
And so you think that there's 6 million people in the Eastern Cape?
Maybe I'm exaggerating. I'm just saying.
Okay,
we've got to listen. The Eastern Cape receives a bigger budget than the Western Cape. But we got 2 million plus, I don't want to say inhabitants, it's the wrong word, people from the Eastern Cape here. We've got to provide for this schooling. We've got to provide housing, transport, healthcare.
But then are you fair in your assessment? Because we've got foreigners, undocumented foreigners, we've got documented. And when I'm saying foreigners, I'm not only talking about black foreigners. I'm talking about
the land grabbers.
I'm not going to, please don't lead
colonizers.
Me that way. You are not leading me that way. We've got all kinds of foreigners in Cape Town specifically.
Let me tell you something.
And the people that will always get the beating are always going to be the people from the Eastern Cape. No. Is that fair?
No. If you listen to Gayton, let me tell you something. Undocumented foreigners must go home. I don't care what their race is. I don't care if they're North African or North European. If they are undocumented, they must go home. That's the long and the short. I put out a post 2 days ago. Yeah, I got on my mood for that post. I don't know if you saw it. I said, I can't subscribe to the notion that anybody can be deprived of healthcare. I took that Lux boy reposted it. Oh dear Lord, all of South Africa came at me and I said, okay, who's the racist now? Because all I'm saying is I would not allow someone to die if there was a doctor inside. I don't care who you are. Well, there's a couple of people I'd like to see dead, but
Fadil, behave.
No, but what I'm saying is people are turning foreign nationals away from hospitals.
It's happening in Zimbabwe. Someone had to be airlifted back to South Africa. There's a Nigerian woman, there's a black South African woman that is in Nigeria right now needing health care. And she was turned away.
That's sick.
And what I'm saying is that
Are you justifying their xenophobia? Because I'm going to tell you something now. I'm going to tell you something now.
I'm not justifying
Let me tell you something now.
I'm just saying that in other African countries, they get even worse treatment. But I don't want us to dwell on that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Aren't we South African? Aren't we better? I'm asking. I don't have all the answers. All I'm saying is, in my view, if someone is sick, help them.
Okay.
And you know what? Once you're healthy, go home. But help them.
Okay, fine. No, that's fine. So you spoke of Patriotic Alliance, I think twice now. So Patriotic Alliance, National Colored Congress, we are all about colored people. Why not just get married and live happily ever after in your bubble?
Because I suck at relationships. It's an easy question to ask, but I've got to choose my words so carefully. The NCC, the name says it, National Colored Congress. The Patriotic Alliance has made it clear they are a colorful party, not a colored party. The National Colored Congress believes in land expropriation without compensation. I want our parents to go home. The Patriotic Alliance doesn't. They believe that the land thieves must be repaid. I say that my stance is that you are in possession of stolen goods. Under any law, international law, those goods must be returned, not bought. And then there's the issue of Palestine, which is very close to my heart. I don't think we get to cross that bridge, but that doesn't mean that we are close to working together for the betterment of our communities. I don't think you find two parties that are perfectly in sync in this country at any time. And I think there's enough space for even another colored party. I must be honest with you. Because Fadil is not for everybody. And Gaitan's not for everybody. And there's still going to be a large chunk of the electorate left there. So, you know what, guys, start a party, go do your thing. There's no fights from us. I can't be everything to everyone.
I get that. So why are you not in the GNU?
I can't stand the bloody Democratic Alliance. These people are so arrogant. They're so full of themselves. They act like they know it all, but they catch on the worst type of crap. They scale them. Like, when I tell you scale them, these boys have PhDs in fraud. The ANC got nothing on these people. I promise you.
Please, let's not.
You asked me a question, I'm answering you.
Okay, fine.
So for us, it was an issue of. For us, it was an issue of principle. We couldn't see ourselves going into bed with a Democratic Alliance, and it's not as if we didn't want a cabinet post, because with a cabinet post you can actually make change, real change. At the time, it just was like, no, we can't do this. Now, people tell me I'm in politics for money. I had an opportunity to double my salary by becoming a minister and flipping the middle finger at all my school teachers who said I'd never be anything. And for me, it was never about money, man. It was about, you know what, we can do a good job being opposition. And you will admit it, Mandy.
Mandy.
Oh, you don't like the Europeanized version of, yeah. Okay. Mandy, even you'll admit it. We are the most effective opposition in Parliament. There's no denying that. No PhDs, no squad of 30, 40, 50. Just two people who do a lot. Come on, admit it. I know you want to. Admit it.
When I see you on TV, I switch it off.
Seriously?
I'm joking.
I was going to get up and walk.
You know what? Let's talk about something very serious that is life-threatening also. A few months ago, you said that there was a hit on your life, and it came from, I'm not going to say his name, from a DA leader in the Western Cape.
Yeah.
And that this person, tried to get gangsters to, unalive you. So what has happened with that case? I mean, we've been watching and waiting for this arrest to happen. So what is going on?
Okay, let me start at the beginning quickly. Remember about 4 or 5 months ago when I told you a handful of police generals will be arrested, blah, blah, blah. You laughed at me, you and ACP. You didn't believe me. And it happened. And I also told you that the NASCOM will in all probability be arrested as well. And now it appears that there's a warrant of arrest out for the National Commissioner. I don't get to turn the wheel. I laid the charge and that's it. There's no interference from my side. So if you were to ask me how far is the investigation, I'm going to send an email in tomorrow and ask. I've not been on top of this thing because I've got other things to do. But the case has been laid. We've given what we think is solid evidence. So yeah, tomorrow we'll email the investigating officer and say, hello, are we treating white people better again? That's the full story. But I can tell you this. I'm not the one making this claim. 2 DA councillors are. It's going to be fun to see how it plays out. I do believe that it was legit. I've spoken to the person that they tried to co-op. He's admitted there was a conversation. And yeah, let's leave it at that and see how it unfolds.
But you know what? Did you not think that maybe by exposing these 2 councillors, you are maybe putting their lives at risk? I mean, like if I come, like it made me think that I can never trust Fadil Adams because if I come and say, hey, heads up, you're going to expose me and be all over social media with my name.
How many cases of corruption have I exposed? Many. How many sources have I given up? None. I called that press conference because I was getting absolutely no reaction from SAPS. And after the press conference, things started moving. Like moving.
So they were just collateral damage?
Let me tell you something. If ever you have to choose between your loved ones and me, choose your loved ones. That was the conversation.
Okay. I just want to see what is happening on Facebook.
Oh,
I
God.
think people have... Okay, I do not speak Afrikaans, so I'm just gonna. I can try and read some, but I mean, it's a lot of Afrikaans here.
This is 2025, woman. You gotta get with this program, okay?
Okay, fine. Betal die vir jou. I don't know for you what, but yeah. So, okay, I just wanna see. No, it's just saying betal vir jou. You know, Fadil is a bitter nobody, no vision. Hy weet nie wat hy van praat nie.
Who's that person?
Oh,
look, there's Rian Smith, the right winger. Liar, brah. You see that right there? That is a privileged education. That is I had gutter education, so that white brah could learn to spell like that. Like, if I had money, I would bet that his mother and father are closely related. Seriously. I like Ibrahim Saleh, a revolutionary leader, Mr. Fadiel Adams. Jesus. Nah.
Okay, fine. Can we just get... Okay, Shahid Joseph, good points on the destruction of the other provinces. People actually do love you, but it's just the way that we speak. And can somebody take your phone away? Like, you are all over social media. You talk a lot. You should just be... Where is it? Okay, fine.
You see, you know what the thing is with me is, look, there's a DA apologist right at the bottom.
They never speak about the good the NCC does. Let's speak about the good that the ANC does.
ANC?
The NCC, sorry
I
guys,
feel
the
insulted.
NCC, no, sorry, the NCC does. I don't usually say NCC. I never talk about the NCC. I talk about Fadil, but not the NCC. So, what good do you do? I've seen you distributing pads. I've seen you feed. I've seen, even when it was raining, Nazmi and Dwayne and them, they were out there feeding, people. So what do you do? Is this like now, like, I mean, are you giving back to the society? And how far do you go with this?
We have been helping since day one. We get young children into school. We get people put back into the houses that were unfairly evicted. We reconnect water. We assist. That's what we do. It's what we've always done. And that's not ever going to stop because that's what we're about. We're a party of activists, man. There's no real politicians here. We don't care about politics. Politics kills. We're all about change. And that's the full story.
Now,
I see you got a boy up there, Clayton.
Can you please just...
This one has been running his mouth for months. Ask him why the NCC SG Sakina is having a campaign to remove him as leader. Oh, dear Lord. You see the problem with that one in the middle, that Clayton Matthews? This is what happens, no? When you sleep with a white man and you actually think that you're becoming white. This is seriously what happens. Clayton needs to understand that when he's done with everything, the white boy goes home and then the family talks about him as if he's not there. You know what I mean? It's a sad man, but you know what? You do you, bruh.
But this is not about who's doing what with what.
No, he's
but
talking
it's just
cuck, man. That's why I'm saying it.
So is your SG having a campaign to remove you? Do you know anything about
Let me tell you something. There are maybe 4 people in this world I trust with my life. She's one of them.
Okay.
That man's never had a conversation with the SG. He probably walked past her, he said something at his head or made up, or I don't know. But it's a sickness with colored people, man, that they identify as deputy white and better than black. It's a no, I'm telling you, that's what it is. I mean, Nantel can tell you if I'm lying. Like any colored supporting the DA as an inferiority complex, if you ask me. He still looks up to Master.
I think there's a glitch in the comment section because I only see Clayton's comment. There's nothing else.
No, he's passionate.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, we've asked you the question. We've asked you the question, and you've answered. So can we have other people that are going
No, he's passionate about
because
no, he's passionate about Obas, that one, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. But anyway.
You know that? You know what? He's that type of person Malcolm X was speaking about. You know, those who love the master more than they love themselves. Yeah? When the master gets sore, he goes, Boss, are we okay? That's him. I can't handle people like that. People like that, I block, man. I block and I move on. Because, you know what? If you're unsure of what you are, I certainly am not.
Okay, so let's say I was looking for a party. I mean, I am looking for a party to vote for next year and 2020. Is it 2029? Who do I vote for? Can I vote for the NCC?
Of course.
Is the NCC meant for people like me? And when I say people like me, I mean black, I mean African, I mean even female. I don't know what your stance is. I mean, there's a lot of GBV that's out there. I don't know what the NCC stance. Obviously, I know you don't want men to hit women, but I mean, what I've only heard you just speaking about gangsterism and all of that. But what is the NCC stance on GBV?
Anybody can vote for the NCC. Let's just start there. And anybody who the NCC can assist, we will assist. We have black members. We actually have a black chairperson of a branch in Bloemfontein. Believe it or not.
Does he identify as black?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
But he also understands the colored struggle and he feels that he wants to contribute, and I respect the man for this. On the stance of GBV, we call for tougher laws, longer jail sentences. We call for courts with teeth, prosecutors with attitude. It's too much of it. I mean, South African women are being killed. South African women and children are being killed like on a daily basis. It's like something that just runs up your spine. And the only way we're going to end this thing is I'm past that stage of rehabilitation, man. That's not something you can rehabilitate, man. It's something you must deal with. So if ever we were to have a say, not an opposition say, a proper say in government, we'd actually call for the death penalty for certain types of crimes. That's where you'll find me. See, I make a lot of sense sometimes, especially after 7.
You do.
That's why I came late.
I think you should come out of parliament, because when you're there, it's like, white noise. I'm sorry.
Did I tell you I didn't like this woman very much, Mental? See why I wanted Nasipi to do this interview.
That does not hurt me at all. But then I just want people to take something out of this. That's why I was asking you, who is Fadil? Are you a father? How many wives do you have? This is now the personal questions that I'm asking you. How many wives do you have? You're a Muslim man. You must have at least 6 wives.
if I could afford more than one wife, my wife still wouldn't allow it. So far, I got stereotyped, my bro. I just go, yo. Yeah, this is now one of those people that was outraged over the K word that is now stereotyping me because I'm a Muslim. I feel offended. You know what, Mandy? I'm a father. Love my kids. My kids suffer because of NCC, because I'm away from home a lot and hours we work and all that type of crap. And there's always someone with a bigger need. Always. And this is how we've raised the kids. You know, our children have been raised and trained to be givers, to open the door, to give what you can. Oh, yeah. Can I not get? Don't get me involved in that comment over there. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to close my eyes and stick to the point. So
We're going to need to address that.
I'm a very simple person. I'm not complicated. I like all types of food. You won't find me at a 5-star restaurant. I don't go there. I love my football. I love my dogs.
Manchester United.
That's not even football. I don't socialize much. I don't have a big circle of friends. And in my downtime, I like to read and sleep, but I don't get much of that anymore. That's Fadil. Fadil's just a construction worker with a big. And you know what? You'll think nothing of telling you to fuck off even if you're a judge and we're in court today. So that's who he is.
We don't use profanity here.
Yes, we do. We do now. There's nothing simple about me. You know, I'm not like a big onion with lots of layers. What you see is what you get. And I've only got one set of principles. I'm not like other politicians. You get politicians that go to Ocean View and they've got a story to tell. Then they go to Constantia and they need to twist and tweak that story because it's a different market. Then they go to Kailicha and they got to twist and tweak because I will tell my story. It doesn't matter where I go. I only have one story.
Thank you for that. Linda Kabeni is asking, Fadil, are you an authentic colored? Okay, wait. Are you an authentic colored person than Gayton Mackenzie? It is reported that the identity of Gayton Mackenzie's family is actually African. I've heard that. Apparently his father is from Zimbabwe, and I mean, he did say that his mother is Sotho. So I don't know how you can answer this. Do you want to answer it?
I actually don't care. I am a colored. I'm an authentic colored. Let me just put that out there. And as far as I'm concerned, so are you. There's no pure breeds in this country. Let's just get that out of the way. Yes,
I think I might be mixed something.
No, we're all mixed.
I don't have an African.
I have not looked. At any rate, white people in this country are not white, not by European standards. They must stop lying to themselves, you know. So for me, I don't care about Gayton's family tree. It doesn't matter. All I'm asking is, does this man have a skill to take our communities forward? I think he has something to offer. The voters certainly think he has something to offer. I don't understand why people must run this man down like this, because I'm going to ask you a very simple question. If that was Gayton saying that about a black person, now he'd be in front of the HRC by tomorrow morning.
You know, what this podcast did to South Africa, it further divided us.
I don't think.
You know, no, I'll tell you why I'm saying that. I'll tell you why I'm saying that. You know, I had a live the other night, and we were discussing this like openly, just to discuss, because I was disgusted by that comment. You know, and what I saw in my comments was worse than what was said by those boys, and it was said by black people. You know, so it's like, it's just showed that there's a gap between black people and colored people, and we don't know how to bridge that gap, because we're always fighting about who's more black than who's more colored than who, and you know, instead of just uniting, imagine if black people and colored people united in South Africa. Do you know the force? But anyway.
You see the producer over there, that's what he and I was fighting for. I think that's what we did.
Do you mind if I say something? This is my humble opinion.
It's not that humble.
It all started with colored people not being called African. You were black but not African. So the divide started there. If it wasn't for that divide, then political parties wouldn't have the need to. There would be no need for political parties like the PA and the NCC. So I think we need to relook. I think the government needs to relook how they classify us, because I personally feel very insulted by it. And I've had this conversation many times on the platform, where if I'm not called African, then what am I then? You know what I'm saying? So that's just my humble opinion.
Oh, thank you for that.
You know,
I really appreciate that, because that's what I've been asking myself. So if you are not African,
let me tell you something.
What are you?
Let me tell you something. In '94, I think 32% or 34% of colored people voted for the ANC. Now, we expected the ANC to win this province. They had Busak up there. I mean, Busak against Ernest Kriel. I can't forgive that older generation for falling for that swart gevaar thing. Because I tell you now, that 32%, it was youngsters like Nan told them. It was, well, you were young at the time. Because we believed in the ANC. Our generation did. But then the ANC punished us for what our parents did. Black African in particular.
Luckily for me, I was when I was younger, I had hip hop in my life, and hip hop told me that I was black, and I believed, and I still believe that I'm black and African. But yet, when I go to a job, the classification is different, so, and that divide is really what if the government can sort that out. Like I had this conversation with Ibrahim Rasool, and he said the Americans probably got it better. They got it right in a better sense, where they say you are American, but you African American, or you European American, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, you're still American, man, and you can unite under the American umbrella type of vibe. We can't really.
But for me, as a son of the soil, to have to prove my Africanness. Now, you know what? I believe even the Afrikaner now qualifies as African, man. He's been here long enough.
Chinese are black.
Yeah, and they just got here. So I got some serious issues with this racial classification. I don't like it, but you know what? I'm gonna own what I am, and we're gonna fight for this. You know, we've been stripped of most things already. For us, this is not even about anything else but survival.
You know, we had a conversation a few weeks ago when we were by Parliament, and you said, in fact, I think I asked you about this organization that is pushing for the scrapping of the colored term.
I have a sweater. It's called PAC, People Against Racial Classification. I have the sweater. And I don't believe that that guy, he's a school teacher, very intelligent guy, has the right to dictate to me what I am, what I call myself. He can call himself whatever he wants to. He can identify as Khoi. He can call himself a Zulu if he wants to. I'm not entitled to telling him what to do. And I would like that same respect. You see, it's very easy to be opposed to racial classification if life is good. It's very easy. But what about the people that have suffered as a result of racial classification? Can we not use racial classification to better things for them? As in, okay, you've been screwed over for 400 years now. So for the next 50 years, what we're going to do is we're going to fix this, that, and that for you. We're going to subsidize that for you. Wouldn't that not be fair? Because in South African terms, in historical terms, for 50 years, black people had the most miserable existence on earth. I promise you, it was terrible. And I can tell you this because my father used to take me into these townships because he had friends there. But nobody talks about the 350 years prior to that. Slavery, colonization, forced removals. Colored communities, experts in that. Nobody talks about fixing that. Nobody talks about retribution. Nobody talks about our return to our land. Nothing. Are we to stay in ghettos forever? I'm not going to go down quietly. I don't care who's prepared for it. I'm not going to go down quietly. Ek koop hier gefriet by 'n wit mensie. Let me translate that for you. I don't kiss a white man's ass. I refuse to. I came here to fight.
If you were to be in power next year, 2026, 2027, I don't know when the elections will be, then we have the NCC taking over the city, what would you do? What would be your first thing that you would do?
Sending my people back home. Yeah, it's a beautiful thought. You must remember something. Lavendale's not our home. Hanover Park's not our home. Manenberg's not our home. My people come from Rondebosch, from Goodwood, from Constantia, from Bishopscourt. And there's lots of land that's vacant there at the city. The DA is actively trying to sell before they lose the city. We're taking it back. We're sending our people home. The other thing that we want to do is to restore the dignity of all poor people in the city. Scrap all water and rates arrears. The other thing we want to do is ensure everybody gets education. And the other thing we want to do is make sure that people live close to where they work. Do you know what a nightmare it is to get to work from the Cape Flats? People have to leave home 2.5 hours before they get to work.
But that's why there's My City in Mitchell's Plain and Kailicha. It's for you to be able to get to town faster.
See, you've not thought this thing through. My City was brought to the white areas 15 years ago. We had to wait. The DA had to wait till it was in serious trouble in the coloured community. They're losing the coloured vote. Now they want to bring it. 15 years later, afterthought. Now you must still work the taxi war into that. That's going to come. Factor all of this in and understand My City is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years away.
But wasn't it because Tableview didn't have trains, didn't really have taxis, and so they were trying to...
The white apologists?
No, I actually worked for My City, so I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so let me explain something to you. How many people in Tableview do you know that don't have cars? Tableview, specifically.
A lot.
Nope.
A lot.
Nope.
A lot.
How many is a lot? Quantify it.
Well, I can't say...
Because if I have 11 fingers, I have a lot of fingers. I only got one too many, but I got a lot. Are you telling me Kailicha and Mitchell's Plain didn't need it more than Tableview? Seriously.
No, obviously they needed that, but then
So
I'm
the
just
need wasn't
talking
met.
about how many modes of transport
So
did
the
they
need
have.
wasn't met. The cheaper mode of transport, the need for it, from the townships, from the
Is
Cape
My
Flats.
City cheaper than Golden Arrow,
Yes, it is.
than taxis?
Yes, it is much cheaper. So what I'm saying to you is, this crappy blue party, these white supremacists, this bunch of scallums, could have made a meaningful difference in the lives of coloured and black working class people and chose to give it a Tableview. Then to add insult to that well, it is actually an industry.
Yeah.
To add insult to that injury, they gave them bicycle lanes at the same time, while most areas where I work and operate don't have pavements. This is the government that I'm fighting. People tell me, yeah, you always on about the DA. So if the DA, man, I said, you know what? The DA, the IEC, and the ANC have never taken the time to educate the coloured voter. Remember, voting was never for us. So coloured people don't understand the three spheres of government. They don't understand that the DA is in charge of the city of Cape Town and the DA is in charge of the province. They blame the ANC for everything. And you know what? I want to blame the ANC for everything because the ANC is rotten. Now the DA takes advantage of this. So when you complain or do something about a blocked train, coloured people say, yeah, but it's the ANC. The case, if you want to. Oh. When you say that, they're closing a school, a poor school. They're retrenching teachers there. No, it's the ANC. They've never taken the time to educate us. They've taken advantage of our ignorance. But the NCC is educating. The NCC is fighting back. Harder than anyone. Look, we don't get the credit we deserve. Where in the hell did you hear? The NCC ensures that 7 probably corrupt generals get locked up. And they are interviewing Ian Cameron on TV. We're never going to get the credit due to us. We know.
You had an interview with Newsroom Africa.
Yeah, the next day. All I'm saying. Nasipe, step up. No, what I'm saying is we understand who controls the media. That's okay. That's 100% fine. We understand the need for resources. But you know what? We've made them understand that we can do this without money. And we're the only party that can say this. Even you can't deny that. Come, say it. I want to hear you say it. No, wait, before I answer you, say it. I want to hear you say it.
So are you educating?
I want to hear you say Fadiel Adams is not an ordinary man.
So are you educating now coloured people about all these spheres of government?
As much as we can.
Because really, I mean, we cannot blame everything to on the ANC. I mean, we can, a big chunk of things that are going wrong, but we can't just say it's just the ANC. And that's why I asked you, if you came into power, what would you do first? And now you said that you would take people back home. So now, how do you do that? You just take people from Tafelsig, ne? And then you're not going to appoint okay, my great-grandfather lived here, so therefore I want this house, get out. Is that the plan?
We're not kicking
how you going to do
no,
that?
Man, no, we're not animals, man. We're
when
not
the
Israelis.
EFF said this, y'all were like, no.
See, there you go, stereotyping us against you all now.
And then now, I didn't say you people, I said y'all. So now, just my question is...
You just Americanized you people.
So,
Okay,
but what I'm saying is that the idea when the EFF said land expropriation without compensation, it seemed like people were just
going to... saying it's the Freedom Charter saying it.
Just go with me.
No, I'm educating you also.
Yeah.
I'm here to educate Black South Africa too.
Go with me. So, like, you're just trying to shokoloza me. So, like, when they were saying that, in fact, they made it sexy, if you catch what I mean. And then now you coming up with the same concept, but then I'm not saying you're coming up with it like because you said Freedom Charter. Thanks for the education. So if you do it, how are you going to do it without compensation and without a civil war?
Okay, so here's how it works. We're all about living space. Now, about 100 years ago, a certain guy called Adolf Hitler spoke about the need for Lebensraum, living space. Germany went to war for it. Land that wasn't theirs. Living space. That's what we need. That's what everybody needs. So we're going to identify all available city-owned land. And then we're going to market off 350 to 450 square plots.
Rondebosch, come on.
Oh God, get ready for colored neighbors, people. Then we're going to go into the ghettos. Now you must understand, we're not going to do this ANC style or DA style. We're not going to hand houses to 21-year-olds. No, ma'am. We're going to look for the grandmothers, the people who remember the pain of being forcefully removed. Where are you from, Mama? Rondebosch. Come, let's go. We're taking you home. We're going to do this thing. Mandy, you must understand something. Do you think these Zionists are going to allow a colored bra with a history of substance abuse and woman issues, mommy issues, and daddy issues, and God weet wat nog, to take this Cape Town from them? They'll poison me before they do. But they're going to have to, because we're doing this thing. We are not Israelis, man. I'm not going to come knocking on anyone's door telling, get out of my house, God promised to me. We're not crazy, we're not lunatics, we're humanists. But I'm telling you now, this thing's happening. White, colored, Indian, black people are going to live in the same neighborhoods. Your kids are going to play together. They're going to learn to love each other the way we don't. See, again, I want a statue. When I read the comments here, Nato, I want a statue.
Based on that, the compliment that you just got now, thank you for raising the GBV crisis. Our leaders are silent when it comes to these issues. Were you not found guilty by the ethics committee of?
Swearing maase goed is. Yeah.
Who? The victim?
A woman. A DA member.
Do you hate women?
I hate DA members. No. You know what? That filth insinuated that I had taken my children to the funeral of the Fancy Boys leader in Mitchell's Plain. I wasn't at that funeral. Now, she knew exactly what she was doing, the piece of crap. You know what she did? She put my children in danger. Because the DA's policies, these shitty policies when it comes to schooling, I couldn't get any of my kids in the same school. So my daughter goes to a school in the Fancy Boys area. My son goes to a school in the Hard Livings area. My foster child goes to a school in the 28th area. By insinuating that I'm aligned to the Fancy Boys, I had to go and explain to shooters and gangsters that we weren't at that funeral. Don't you fuck with my lighties. I'm asking you, I'm telling you, this is rap. Because this post went viral. I lost my shit. I said, my yo massive. Because you know what? I'm prepared to die for other people's children. Man. And this gathond, veel gemos with the filters on. She actually endangered my children. She knew what she was doing. Now, I tell you now, me saying yo massa, it could have been a lot worse, because if something had to happen to my kids, I promise you now, house would have burnt. I'm that type of father. Now, when masters, garden boys and tea girls are prepared to do this type of thing, to gain favor. This is now because I'm sick of working at a restaurant. Now, I can't be a waitress anymore. I need a job in the civic. Sure. You're a cheap sellout. That's what you are.
Okay. That's a lot. I mean, like, you swear a lot.
I'm a construction worker. You need to get used to this. Very soon, swearing in parliament is not going to be a crime anymore. Seriously, I'm here to change things.
Are you putting that motion forward?
No, man, I'm talking nonsense. You know what you said earlier? You said these lighties, they cause trouble in the country with that open chat podcast. I don't think so. I think these lighties open the door for us to finally have a frank discussion as to who we are and where we're going. Politicians are too scared. Coloureds and black people are not getting along. White people and coloured people and black people we are not getting along. The only time we socialize outside is at work. Why we're not calling this as we see it? Where do you go when you're done here? Where do I go?
I go home.
No, what I'm saying is walk in our shopping malls, go to the football fields. We only socialize at work. They've proven this. We don't know enough about each other. We haven't taken the time.
So how do we move forward?
We're going to have to talk to each other, not about each other. I don't like people are laying criminal charges against these ladies. I'm saying no, don't criminalize poor. Well, they're not poor, but don't criminalize black youth. There's a prison system full of that. I'm saying rehabilitate. I'm saying send him to Nikro, let him go and work with colored lighties over there. Let him find out that we don't actually sleep with our sisters, and you know what, we don't have horns and shit. You know, that reminds me of the days when we were told by teachers, not taught, but told by teachers that black people stink. Someone's probably going to cut the shit. No, man, I've argued you enough times already. But I'm saying someone's probably going to cut that shit and use it. But I'm telling you, my life experience at primary school, this is what we were told, not taught, but told by people in authority. So here's our opportunity to get away from this crap. All of us.
So basically, maybe these open podcasts guys were also, told the same thing growing up. So I do believe that we do need to sit down. We do need to educate each other, especially about our cultures. We need to get to a point where we understand each other.
These ladies were really stupid with that thing. But I think that if we turn this thing around, it could be an opportunity. It could be a watershed moment in this country. It could.
But what about... There's a thing that's called whataboutism. And we are right there smack bang in the middle of that, because as soon as Gayton Mackenzie speaks about this open podcast, and as soon as he consults his lawyers, then we see tweets of him, when I didn't even know him in 2011. I'm sorry, but I didn't know him.
I met the man in 2016, so yeah.
We've seen all these old tweets. Do you think that's fair? And do you think maybe there should be some sort of retribution or something?
Okay, so
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. Go read the tweets in its context. Let's not sensationalize anything. Just like that open call. I'm asking for fairness on all sides. I'm saying these ladies on open chat, they caught on shit, right? Deal with them, but rehabilitate them. Don't criminalize them. Don't hurt them. Just treat him in that manner. Now I'm saying, if I actually took the time to read through that thing with Gayton, and I know I'm not his bloody attorney, man. Maybe I should be. What is the man saying? Look at the one tweet. Don't refer to black Africans as black diamonds. That's just another way of telling a man he's a better K. That's what he says. Look at the context. It's condescending when they refer to you and I as black diamonds because we've achieved. It's condescending, man. It's not a compliment. The man's right. That tweet, out the window. Most of what he says, as a matter of fact, there's one guy who talks about K's and coolies and this and that and that. Oh shit, I said coolie. And then Gayton's response is bullshit. This is bullshit. That man is not a racist. You can accuse
So
Gayton and
what about the tweet? What about the tweet where he said that black women from Zim and all these other countries are like apes? And then what about the tweet where he said that black people, he understands why some black people will sit in the back of the car because they really do stink. So, let's talk about those tweets.
Look, hold on a second. I didn't do the tweeting, so don't cut my throat.
Okay, fine. No,
but I'm going to explain something to you. I don't know about the one in the back of the car, right? But here's something I'm going to explain to you very, very carefully. That was a jab at a Nigerian guy. Or that is not a Zimbabwean, Nigerian guy who said something really, really disgusting about South African women and Gayton it back. And you know what? His choice of words was terrible. It was, and he'll admit that he's man enough to say it. I'm sure. I haven't heard his response. But that was a little bit of internet trolling gone terribly wrong. That man is not a racist.
Okay, so you believe let's forgive and forget.
I'm having my Mandela moment right here. Give it to me. This might not come again. I might turn into a colored nationalist who wants all the black people in Cape Town to go home again. Just give me my Mandela moment right here. Listen to me. I'm saying to you, you know what? Our country is fractured. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying let's fix it. There's going to be a Musa push to move Gayton out of cabinet now. You know why? Not because of what he said. Half of parliament is racist, man. You know why? Here's a colored boy that's doing a job. And he's excelling. He's doing very well. I mean, that, you know what? That can't be disputed. And you know what? Give the man his flowers, man. Now they're going to punish him for it. You know? Colored excellence doesn't exist in South Africa.
Does it feel lonely in Parliament being the only NCC?
I'm the most popular member of Parliament.
Does it feel lonely in Parliament?
No, we've got 2 members.
We've got 2.
Don't talk down our achievements. Do you know how hard it is to get 2 seats with no money? It's almost impossible. Go ask the other parties there.
Who's funding the NCC?
No one. Our membership, the 10 Rand contributions funds us. Our councillors, our MPs have to put back. That's how it works. We don't have a funder. We don't want a funder. Once you have a funder, you beholden. You owe. They will make decisions for you. They will tell you what your policy is. Our opinions don't get given to us. We write them.
Okay. We are going to wrap it right there.
Sure, I need to pee.
Thank you so much for joining Beyond the Headlines with Mandy. Special thanks to you, Fadil, for joining us.
You still think I'm a racist? Do you still think I'm a racist?
Yes. Thank you.
She didn't mean that. She did not mean that. You actually said that live.
Yes.
You actually. Wait, oh my God.
I was saying goodbye?
Yes, we're saying goodbye. Thank you for joining.